Northwest Nova here, doing a video on headlight switch retaining nuts, or ferrules as GM called them. During the lifespan of the Nova, GM, as usual, used more than one, and some of them are not interchangeable. Some of them are also 1 year only, and can lead to all kinds of problems of getting your car back together if you have the wrong parts. So that's for mounting these, the headlight switch. And this is the piece that screws in there, just to give us context here. They all have the same threads, and they all thread into the switches, regardless of year. So if you have one that does not thread or does not fit, you have something out of another car. Anyway, let's get to it. The first ferrule, or nut, was used in 1962 through 65. But not all cars in 65. We'll explain that in a bit. This one was used on all models and all body styles, 62 to 64. This is the quote-unquote early one. It is not reproduced, but there are replacements available that work. I do sell them. They hold this bezel on to the dash. Fits in there. This is an original GM one. So you can see it fits all nice and snug. Now, the caveat about 65, this was used in 65 on the 100 series cars, but not the 400 and SS, which we'll get to next. The next one, which on the Nova was used for 1 year only, was this guy. And this was used on 65 400 series and Super Sports only. It's got a much bigger head, longer threads, thicker, just all around larger. It was used exclusively for retaining the plastic dash trim, because this has a larger hole and it goes in there. Same design that was used on the Chevy and probably some other cars too. But for the Nova, again, this was only used 65 400 and SS models. You can see, if we take the earlier bezel, does not fit, sits too high. And then if you take the little one that was used 2 to 4 in 6500 series, it does fit in here, but it's too loose, it's too small. So again, because this is the area where there's confusion, this is 62 to 64 everything, then this is 6500 series only. Then this bigger one is 65 SS and 400 series only. Okay, moving down the line. In 66, 67, we come to this bezel. Now, off the line, GM may have actually used a unique nut that I cannot confirm, but the one we just visited, the 2 to 4 nut, does work on these. Fits just fine. I've never had any problems with these, so this is what I sell and use for the 6 and 7 cars. There was no variation between the 100 series, 400, or SS in 6, 7. This one works for all of them. If you have the larger size one or the Chevelle type one, doesn't fit, too big. So again, 66, 67, you can use the 2 to 4 one. 68, another oddball. This is a 1 year only piece. Coincidentally, also fits Corvettes. I don't have a 68 dash sitting here to compare it to install it, but just realize 68 is 1 year only. This piece is reproduced because it also fits the Corvette. It's generally just smaller than all the other ones. And again, on the Nova, this was only used in 68. Then in 69 and into the 70s, exactly how far I don't know, they went to this design, which takes the special tool. Well, they all take a special tool. But this design, this nut, was used on everything. I mean, they use this on cars into the 80s. So this is a really common one. I sell a million of them. I think they even fit some motorhomes. But this is going to be 69 and later. You cannot use it on the earlier stuff because it's simply too big. And just to show again, they all screw in, if I can get it right. Every once in a while, someone claims, oh, it won't thread in. They thread in. This is an original GM switch. This is an original GM part. The threads were the same all years as far as the Nova is concerned. But anyway, that's the 69 and later one. Again, fits a ton of cars. Fits the Omegas, fits the Venturas, fits the Apollos. So there you go. The different ones that GM used during the run of the Nova. Hope that helps.